else's hand. Go ahead, SoCal women's soccer. SoCal women's soccer.
Yeah, I guess it helps if I can work Zoom, but thank you very much. I just wanted to see if you could comment. We had a big decision today or announcement from US Soccer about equal pay and that phenomenal achievement that you guys have done. How do you think that will affect the NWSL as a league, if any?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very clear that, Vlaco and the coaching staff really values playing in the NWSL, form in the NWSL, and they reward players that are doing well in the league. So that's, amazing incentive. Credit to, the team, the women's national team for ratifying this new CBA. I think, it's game changing. It's going to affect not only women's soccer in the US, but throughout the whole world. And we'll just continue to keep driving the standard and, passing the torch down. And I think it's exciting for the future generation.
Tom, you're up next.
Yes. Jill Ellis has said this is the best league in the world because of the depth, and your opponent tonight seemed to show that. I know they had a rough year last year and they were 0-1-2 coming in, but it looked like they had good speed and good ball control and a beautiful penalty shot. So is this proof that it's a very deep league and there are a lot of good teams?
Yeah, I think it definitely is the strongest league in the world. And yeah, credit to Louisville. They came out and they put on a really good performance. But I think, like Abby said earlier, I think there's a lot of learnings and positives to take out of this game for us. And it's early in the season still, and we have a clear vision as a club. We have a clear philosophy, and I think game by game, we're only going to look to benefit that and build on that. And we look now towards North Carolina.
Abby, what do you think of Louisville?
Yeah, I think, they're a good team. I think they learned a lot last year. And they're making strides forward. I think, getting Jess over the off season is tremendous. I think, they have very dangerous attacking threat, and they're good in attacking transition, and they're dangerous on set plays, which sometimes can, cost you a game. So it's unfortunate, but, like Emily said, this league is the strongest in the world. Like Jill said, it's the best league in the world, and you have to come out and perform every game or else you're going to get beat. So, and even on the road, it's even harder. So credit to Louisville, but we got to learn and be better next game.
Thank you.
You're up next. Jeff?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. Just wondering for both of you, maybe with the unique perspective from midfield and the back line on what sort of challenges maybe that DeMello Howell combination presented for each of you.
From a midfield perspective, they obviously played with two deeper and one out and out 10, which was Kaiser, and yeah, she obviously poses quite a threat with her pace, and she's a dribbling number 10. But I think at times we definitely nullified that. Like I've said, I don't think they had that many chances. I think our defense was solid today. We've just got to take our chances, be ruthless, not only in our attacking third, but again, a set piece cost us tonight. So we've got to look to be better towards North Carolina.
Thank you.
Morgan, your hand was up. I don't want to skip you if you meant to keep it up.
I brought it down. I'm good. Thank you, though.
Okay. And then SoCal women's soccer, are you still up or do you have another question?
I do have another question. This is for either of you. Can you speak about the physicality? There seem to be for two teams that haven't really played each other. There seem to be a lot of fouls and very physical play. Is that just normal now for the league, or is that something about this team in particular?
I mean, I think it's just competitiveness. I mean, it was a physical game, and for whatever reason, maybe some, fouls were reckless, and we needed to be maybe a little bit smarter on some. And I mean, we're just going to look back and review it. And again, it's the fourth game of the season. I don't think we need to overthink it, but I think we'll just take some learning points from this game and, be upset about the result. But I think, come tomorrow, we gotta just continue to improve and get better. And just look towards North Carolina, like Em said.
All right, thank you. And then with North Carolina coming up, anything in particular, any matchups that that you're looking forward to, or anything that, managing minutes or anything like that you guys have concerns with?
Yeah, I think we'll obviously go back to the drawing board, recover is most important at the moment. And yeah, obviously we'll put in a good shift against North Carolina because, as Abby said, every game's competitive, and it's really important that we go into each game with the mindset of wanting to take 3 points.
Okay, thank you very much.
Great, we have time for one last question. Just raise your hand. If not, we'll let these girls go. Alrighty, thanks everyone.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, we're gonna let Rich give a few thoughts before we open up to questions on tonight's performance. Go ahead, Rich.
Hi, everyone. Probably just frustrating evening for us. Obviously, we're disappointed with the results. It's tough on the road, especially, with a short turnaround. I'm sure the players won't want to use that as an excuse, and we won't use that as an excuse. Credit to Louisville. They got the win, but yeah, bitterly disappointed. There's probably some things that we're pleased with our structuring, how we kind of approached the game and how we started, but goals change momentum of games, and conceding going behind just makes the task a little bit more difficult. So we couldn't quite claw it back, and frustrating to come away with no points. But I'm sure we'll dust ourselves down and get ready to perform again on the weekend.
Great, we'll start with Morgan, followed by Alicia.
Good afternoon, Coach. Do you think that the 5 lineup changes from the previous match had any effect on how you all came out and played today? I would assume it's a little tough for you guys to stay consistent when the lineup keeps changing every week.
I think you've seen from us that we're not really a consistent team in sense of selection. We use a number of players. We're consistently changing, whether that's enforced or through choice. And we consistently use 5 players coming into the game and change the game. We saw that again, that we created 2 chances late in the game. Mackenzie Doniak creates a chance from a cross that was close, so we had some impact from her, from Katie Johnson. So whether it's the 5 changes really were enforced because of we're playing 3 games in the space of 7-8 days. So does it disrupt things? Yeah, it does a little, potentially, but at the same time, those players coming in, what disrupts it is we haven't had time to train together necessarily since our last performance. So we're just really patching up, recovering, doing some film, and then getting ready to go again. So the schedule is probably a challenge, but that's something that the players are also used to in terms of going on the road and trying to fight and compete. And I thought they did a great job of that. A lot of them can be immensely proud of how they've applied themselves. And I'm sure we'll reflect and have some things to work on. But it won't steer us off course. We'll be trying to just build and continue to build.
Great, we'll go Alicia, then Tom.
Thank you. Rich, first I wanted to ask about the status of Tegan McGrady, who got hurt in the first half. Do you have any update on her condition?
Yeah, I think she was in quite a bit of pain during the incident. I think some back spasm potentially now in terms of, so yeah, we'll have to find out. Yeah, she couldn't continue, so we had to make the change, and we'll have to assess now. So we won't know the details for a little while until we get a chance to really assess her. So the impact, it was collision, and yeah, she's in pain from that.
My second question is about generating chances and actually getting goals. The team has been pretty successful in getting penalties, 2 out of 3 games, or 2 out of 4 games so far. But you didn't get one tonight, and couldn't find that opening goal. Are you concerned about the chance creation at this point?
not sure what the total shot count was at the end of the game. We created that chance straight after half time in terms of Alex goes through and almost scores, and Alex is being in ruthless form, and we probably didn't get the volume of chances that we would have wanted today. I think that has to go down to a little bit of fatigue. You saw some of the technical executions, not because these players are not top quality players and top quality performers. There's a little bit of fatigue, and you just can't get away from that fact. But in the main, we controlled parts of the game. We controlled phases of the game. We performed in some parts how we would have wanted to, but it's really hard coming away from home, especially on a short turnaround. And the fatigue means the distances are bigger, so it's harder to recover. You can't keep control of the game as much as you want to create those chances. So no cause for concern at all. It's just a case of it's a little bump in the road for us. We have to dust ourselves down and get back to, performing how we want to perform, which, like you said, we want to try and create lots of chances.
Thank you.
Tom, go ahead.
Rich, two things. How's Jody doing? And the second question is, I was impressed by how your opponent was able to, in the second half, control the ball, their speed, and the penalty shot that accounted for the only goal in the first half. Your thoughts on Louisville's performance?
Yeah, Jody Taylor, unfortunately, was not feeling well in the warm-up, so she was not available. She felt unwell during the game, so that was disappointing for her. Louisville, credit to Louisville in terms of, yes, like you say, they have quite a big, expansive shape. We wanted to try and put them under pressure. They made that challenging, and they moved the ball nice and played some good short combinations at times. I thought once we applied pressure in certain areas of the field, we nullified them and managed to get the ball back. And their only goal was a free kick, which there was a foul on our player before the free kick was given, so that was unfortunate. That was frustrating for us. And credit, it was a great strike, but that's their only way that they've breached our goal. So we're disappointed that that's how we've lost the game this evening.
Thank you.
Jeff Kasu.
Hey, Rich, just wondering, obviously unfortunate circumstances with Casey and not being able to be there tonight. Just wondering sort of logistically, how you all handled that, what that timeline looked like. Was it, abrupt and whatnot, and just kind of what that looked like tonight?
Timeline wise, it's just, it's COVID protocol, and we'll let the medical staff and the follow the COVID protocol, and hopefully Casey will join us as soon as possible, as soon as she's available. We're frustrated. We wanted to put on a performance and get a result that she'd be really proud of, because Casey's created such a positive environment and experience for all the players and staff to go out and perform, and that's all we did. We just went out and performed our roles and tried to keep everything moving forward, and it was kind of collaborative, collective efforts. We're obviously in contact with Casey, and so we'll review and reflect together now, and try and start preparing the team for the next performance, and hopefully Casey will join us soon.
And sorry, just on timeline, was that a today thing that you found that out, or did you have some heads up? Or
timeline wise, so we were aware that that Casey wouldn't be able to. We traveled the day before. We only traveled. Sorry, forgive me. We traveled yesterday. It's hard in this quick turnaround. So we traveled yesterday. Casey didn't travel with us.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Great. We have time for one more question. If not, we'll let Rich go. All right. Looks like we're all good. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Rich.
Thanks, everyone.